If you read, they're saying somewhere there that a new investment, the last paragraph before required, a new investment in computerized mixing equipment is available at the beginning of 09. This investment would increase total net assets by what year, somebody? 25 million, and generate an annual profit of what year? 3.5. So you can see number three, that is part C, they want us to evaluate the new investment decision. So C, they want us to look at the new investment. So please tell your colleagues who had left the meeting that now we are on. Tell them we are on. Tell them that you are on. Yeah, take us through how to calculate residual income. I'll be able to do that here. So this new investment, they have given us the profit it will generate. Profit of how much? Profit of 3.5. How about net assets of this? 25 million. Both of them are millions, isn't it? Yes. So whenever they tell me to appraise a new investment, what they want you to do is to give them return on investment of their new project. So give me the ROI of the new project as I answer this student on residual income. So how do we get ROI? ROI, basically, you take the profit to be generated all over the net assets or all over the investment. So this will be 3.5 over what, yes, somebody? Times who? Times 100. 3.5 over 25. In this case here, times 100, which then will end up giving us what figure at the end of the day? 𝐬𝐚𝐬𝐿, 14%? 14%. 14%. 14%. So this one will give us 14%. The online ninjas up to now, are we able to follow what you have done to be able to get the return on investment for the new project? The online ninjas, are we able to follow? Have you seen what we have done? The online students, have they been able to see what we have done for us to be able to get this? I can't see their charts, meaning that there must be a problem somewhere, but we shall overcome. There must be a problem. Either I muted all of them from even chatting, right? Which will be very, very bad. So then we have here, ROI for the new project is 14%. Then we have residual income for the new project. How do we get residual income? Residual income, the person who wants me to demonstrate how this residual income is obtained, it's normally profit minus cost of capital, then what here, somebody? Employed. So profit minus cost of capital employed. So do we know the cost of capital, ladies and gentlemen? First of all, cost of capital is constant. It has been given the question as 12%. So therefore, the new project, the profit that I'm able to see, ladies and gentlemen, here is 3.5. Minus the cost of capital is 12%. And what is the capital invested? The capital invested here is 25. So is there somebody who is able to really give me this residual income? 0.5. Thank you so much. 0.5. So then could you kindly help Mwalimu here by, first of all, advising us. Do you think in this case here that this project will be good? Yeah, generally the project is good. Why is it good generally? It is posting a return which is higher than the cost of capital. And again, it has a positive residual income. But now I want you to put yourself in the chair of the manager of Green. If you are the manager of Green, will you be able to accept this project? Are you sure? Because I can only accept a project that will pull me up in terms of ROI. I can only accept a new project if its return on investment is higher than my current ROI. So let's see, ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. Let's see green. Let's see green. Let's see green. So green, are you able to see, ladies and gentlemen, green? What is the current ROI of green? 13 point something. 13.125, isn't it? So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, the new project will be accepted. New project will be accepted by green. Will be accepted by green. Why are we accepting the new project here as green? It's because the new project is posting a higher ROI. So it will be 14% is more than what here, somebody? 13.125. The new project is going to pull us up. We can only accept a project if this project, ladies and gentlemen, has a higher ROI than our existing ROI. So then green is going, in this case here, to accept. How about, if you're following, how about blue? Blue will reject it. Because blue currently is at what percentage? Yes. So blue, ladies and gentlemen, blue will reject. Blue will reject. Blue will reject. Blue will reject. Blue will reject the new project. The new project. Because the new project will reduce its overall ROI. Reject the new project because its current ROI, which is 14 point something, 14 point or 15 exactly. 15.56. Its current ROI is higher than ROI of new project. Meaning that should we accept the new project will dilute our overall ROI. So we can only accept, ladies and gentlemen, a new project if the ROI is what, yes, somebody? Higher than. If the ROI of the new project is higher than our current, that is what this examiner wanted you to do. That is what this examiner wanted you to do. Now, I want us to get our past papers out. You have the full answer to this. I want us to get our past papers out. And there is a question that I would want to assist you so that you guys can enter what we call VUCA tariff. VUCA, lazima tuvuke pande lengine. Wacha nichukue past paper yangu. All right. Hata hii swali nilikuwa nimekufanyia kwa normal class, but I just want us to repeat this question. Let's just repeat it. Let's repeat it. This is August 2024, question number 2B. August 2024, question number 2B. Ubasa wanafunzi wengine hata ukiwaambia kitu watilie maanani, hawatilii maanani. Wanakuja kutilia maanani after exam. Atile swali ilikuwa kwa mtihani. Kutilia maanani kumaanisha what we do, you ensure that you repeat it almost immediately. So are we there, somebody, in August 2024, question number 2B? Once you get the question, please say there, yes. August 2024, question 2B. Plasma Electronics Limited. Ushaipata plasma? Wanafunzi online wameshapata plasma? So, hii swali ni swali ya regression analysis. So, nataka nifanya swali moja regression analysis na swali moja la learning curves. Hiyo nitakuwa nimemaliza lesson ya leo, ni kuachilia wale wako na class nyingine jioni ya AFR, waende wasome AFR from 8, wanataka kula ubusma, wakula ubusma, sawa? Which is very bad, kula ubusma at night. Plasma Electronics Limited supplies digital decoders and liquid electronic displays, the LED television sets, for high-end users. Customers contract Plasma Limited with requests for maintenance of their terrestrial signal frequency. Ndomi anasema hii question angepresent ni vile hana whiteboard. Is that the feeling for everybody that mwalimu, this one you don't have to do it, mwalimu, this one we are capable of doing it? We just do it, isn't it? We just do it. It's important. To estimate the service cost, Plasma Electronics Limited wishes to predict their installation time in hours, the dependent variable necessary for each maintenance what year request. Installation time is believed to be related to two factors: the number of months since the last maintenance services and the type of maintenance problem, whether digital or what year somebody analog. So the following is a summary of data analysis for time versus months and time. So they want me to write down the linear regression what year equation model. That is something in the morning we did. We took about 2 hours to do these things. So this is the very last question that I'm doing on this area. So they want me to give them the linear regression equation model. So this is quite a wonderful question that I would want in this case here to give you exactly 2 minutes. You do it. Only 2 minutes. You must be having a good neighbor. I can only see that there are only 2 sisters here who are discussing. All the other guys, it's like after having a crazy busy day, they have switched off. Naomi, do you know her name? Sure, anaitwa nani? Zipporah, yes. Kumbe unamjua. Very good. Yeah, very good. Very good. So wanafunzi wa online mnapomaliza question, please sema umemaliza. Of course, we shall get this from the coefficients, isn't it? Coefficients. Now that there is nobody who is talking about this, I know the general linear equation will be y equals a plus b1 x1 plus b2 who? X2. You know there are 2 predictor variables here, isn't it? So remember this a, b1 and a b2, we normally call them coefficients. So you will go to the coefficients, or what at times we call the parameters. The examiner shall not confuse you at all. This shall be a free mark question, and we shall get 20 over 20. So are you able to see those parameters? And do you remember that A is always the constant? Oh yeah. Do you remember that? And are you able to see that constant from the coefficients table? Yes, the constant is 0.93, 0.50. Is that okay? Plus B1 is the coefficient of X1. So B1 will be the number coming before months, which will be 0. What here, somebody? 38,762, isn't it? So you can either write X1 or you simply write months. Because you know it's coefficient and then the variable. So the variable you can either write x1 or what they are, months, because x1 there is standing for months. And then you go to the third coefficient. The third coefficient, what am I able to see there? It is x, isn't it? XC. So XC haijapeanwa. Times in this case here, what is somebody, our second predictor variable. So XC, we have to look for XC. We must look for XC. Who can tell me, what do you think are we going to do to be able to get this XC? From this table, we use the T ratio. We use the T ratio. So could you kindly use T ratio? Please use T ratio. Use T ratio to give me, use T ratio to get XC. Jaribu sana ukiwa peke yako, rafiki yangu Munyoki Mavuti. Use T ratio to get XC. T ratio. Use T ratio to get XC. T ratio. I can see some students who are already getting this T ratio. They are telling me, ladies and gentlemen, using T ratio, that X2, that's Korir, and his counterpart, Maureen, they're telling me that X2 should be 1.262682. Marion, iya mujaona kitu. Iya mujaona. Rina Mwanyika amepata. Najma Yaro, my friend, haujapata bado. Najma amepata. Are we able to get that 1.262682? Ivon pia amepata. So wala wajapata, simu niruhusu niwafanyie dakika moja jameni. Wala wajapata, simu niruhusu niwafanyie dakika moja jameni. We know the formula. The formula for getting T ratio equals what here, somebody? Coefficient over the corresponding standard error. Coefficient all over the corresponding standard error. So I can see this is under type there, where I can see the T ratio itself is 4 point. See, T ratio is 4.02. Coefficient in the hatujui. Coefficient your X who? C. But the corresponding standard error for this whole row there is what here, somebody? 0.3141. Meaning that XC will be equal to 4.02 times 0.3141, which will end up giving us a what figure? 1.26, 2682. Thank you so much. So siwachie hapo, hujamaliza swali lako. Swali lako walikuwa kitaka tupate this equation, and now we have the equation. We now have the equation. This equation looks like this. My y, this equation looks like this. My y will be equal to 0.93,050 plus 0.38,762 x1 plus now xc, that is 0.26,2682 x what here, somebody? X2, like that. That one, all of my students will be able to get it right. That is number one. They wanted us to write down the linear regression equation. Please feel free to ask questions. Online ninjas tuko sawa. Yes. Wamekuja hapa. Naona hapa. Sorry for that. You see, they cross multiplied. Yeah. Thank you so much. This one is supposed to be 1 point. Thank you. So anybody who has a question here? Wanasema hiyo tuko sawa, na mwalimu kusema kweli sababu ndio swali ya mwisho amefanya plus the other. In the morning we did these questions ngapi? Mbili, and they were very, very intensive. So you have to watch the morning video. You get comfortable from this area. Hata wakileta swali namna gani lazima takuwa sawa. So tunaenda kwa part 2 of the question. Find the missing values for XA, XB, XD, and X what? XE. Tuanze na XA na mimi siongei totally. XA woye. XA. Mbesha shigana sio mbesha. XA. Roman 2. So Roman 2, what is the value of XA? I can see a ninja here who is giving me a figure of 2.53. 5422. Siko sawa. My sister at the back leo una neighbor. My sister at the back ana neighbor pale amenlenga. Even this sister here, the God's finest daughter. Hauna neighbor leo kwani? Utaki story kwani? Umechoka sana. It's not easy, I know. Mambo ni mengi lakini we shall overcome. If I were you ningevuta ikiti hapa nishike brother huyu. Because mimi nawapatia vitu ambazo ni za maana sana. Najua tumechoka. Lakini nyinyi hata mjachoka kunishinda. Mimi mwenyewe tangu 6 in the morning and my work is standing. Sio kama nyinyi mmeketi chini. Sio kama nyinyi mmeketi chini. Ismail already has gotten the next one. So XA, I can see it is in the coefficients. So for XA, I'm using T ratio equals coefficient over standard what here? Somebody? Standard error. So, and the T ratio here is the one that you're looking for, which is XA, which will be equal to coefficient itself, which is 0.93 what? 0.50. All of its standard error for that row, which is 0.36. 70. So then in that case here, our XA will be equal to who? 0.06. Okay, sorry for that. XA ni ngapi somebody? 0.2.5. 3, eh? 542. Thank you so much. That is XA. And then the second one they want me to give them is XBoy. XBoy. Without wasting any time, I believe somebody has already gotten this XBoy. Wanaambia mwalimu atapoteza time. XBoy, I will still use the T concept, isn't it? Because I can see this XBoy iko wapi. XBoy kuna pale months. Yes. Oh, copy kwanza. Oh, yeah. All right. Like now, have you copied for XA? Ukuwa jaribu kusikiza kwanza. Okay, right. Shida hata sio mimi. Ni wanafunzi hawa. Unaona hapa sasa, kama hawa sasa washapata, ebu acha uone. Paka washapata paka XE. Ukiwa na wanafunzi kama hawa sasa, inakuwa sasa ati niko mbaya na move fast. Ni wanafunzi, but we shall overcome. Alafu ukitaka, we shall also give you access to the learning management system and watch videos. Bele, kabla coming. But we shall overcome. Muende pole jameni. Musiende number 3 kwanza. Acha tuende pole. I'm so sure si mwanafunzi mmoja anaona kama tuko mbio. You must have saved a couple of them. I'm so sure like the online guys, wengi sio wote, wengi wameona kivumbi. Yasmina naenda? Prayers here, very, very important here. It will give us also time to even catch up, isn't it? Yeah, prayers for 10 minutes, yes. Prayers for 10 minutes. So we come back at 7:54. Nikirudi, brother, kuna kazi ya kufanyia the lady, hizo maswali zote mpaka chini. All right. So then I suppose that all of us have been able to get all these other statistics. Like now we have XC. XC is not among the ones required. The next one is XU, XD. So come here and now give us separate first XD. So XD, what do we have here? So our XD, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here for our XD, for our XD, this one, I can see it is in this table known as what here, somebody, ANOVA table, which is analysis of what? Variances. Analysis of variances. So it means that for me to be able to get unknowns on this table, we shall use what we call the mean sum of who? Mean sum of squares. That is what here, MSS. And any mean, of course, you take total divided by number, isn't it? Mean, like X bar. Summation of X divided by what here? N. So mean sum of squares, MSS, we shall always take sum of squares. We divide this by degrees of who? Degrees of freedom. We divide by degrees of freedom. SS stands for sum of who? Sum of squares. SS stands for sum of squares. So then I start now by giving them XD. You see now XD is mean sum of squares, eh? And I can see that row, eh? So remember that these degrees of freedom is what basically they call DF. So then this MSS will be XD, that is our XD. On the same row, I can see the SS, 9.009. I can see on the same row, the regression degrees of freedom, which are how many? 2. So then these will end up giving me what figure? 4.50045. All of you must have gotten this. All of you must have gotten that. So then we have our XD. So from there now, it is XE. Mwanafunzi mgeni, na ngoja ulifanyia hivi ukimaliza kuandika. All right. So then we go to XE. So XE, I will again remind myself that XE is under the ANOVA table. XE is under the ANOVA table. And if it is under the ANOVA table, I will still use the MSS concept, which will be sum of squares over degrees of freedom. So I'm able to see the row of XE. The row of XE has got 7, XE itself, and 0.2107. So that row, I can see the MSS, mean sum of squares, is 0.2107, which will be equal to SS, which is missing, which is our XE, isn't it? All over the degrees of freedom, which are what here, somebody? 7. So make XE the subject of the formula. So XE will be 7 times 0.2107 what? 07 like that. If you cross multiply, which will end up giving us what figure? 1.4749. So basically you are getting marks free of charge without thinking. If I'm the one to set your exams, I'm a very good examiner, but the things that I cannot give you, for instance, I won't give you the value of F. That F, I won't give it to you. You must calculate. That figure of 21.36, you must calculate it. Unaweza ama wezi. Assuming if that 21.36 wasn't there and I can see a thief. A good thief for that matter. She's looking for what here? Formula. Yeah. So I want us, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here to get F. I want us to assume that that 21.36 is not there. Are we able to get it ourselves? Are you sure? The online ninjas, are they able to get this to prove? Thank you so much, Joseph. Joseph has told me something very nice. And then mwalimu, that one, do not bother, don't tire. You should not get tired, mwalimu, there, because anytime they want us to give them the F what here, we normally take explain, MSS over what here, somebody, and explained, MSS, like that. Do you know the other name of explained? Explained is what here, somebody? Regression. regression. So basically this will be the same as regression MSS all over, and explain these are the error terms or the residual, isn't it? Yeah, residual MSS. Do you have these numbers? Are you able to see the regression area? What is the MSS given there? The one you have calculated, isn't it? Somebody? You see, it means sum of squares, isn't it? Ngapi? 0.4.0045. We divide this by the residual, mean sum of squares, which are 0.2107, isn't it? Which then will end up giving us what figure at the end of the day? 21 point what year? 36. So should this examiner ask you to calculate the F ratio, you will be at a position of getting those 2 marks. And the 2 marks in advanced AMA can make you see places, great places that you've never seen before. Like where? Not ISPAC. Oh yeah, there is still BDA. Me, I want you to become members of ISPAC. Hii safari imekuwa mrefu, nafaa tutorokea hii safari, isn't it? Tutorokea hii safari hii. Because sasa saizi watu wako hapa nje wanapiga deal ya hesabu, sisi tunapiga deal ya AMA. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. So mwanafunzi mgeni nimetoka mbio Aha. Na ngoja nipatie green light. As I get green light from this great lady, I would want us to go to Roman 3. And then you give me the answer to Roman 3 without my interventions at all. Without my interventions at all. Roman 3. Alafu mwanafunzi mgeni, we have a class tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. You can either come physically or you join from home. Would you prefer coming physically or you'll come 7:30? Great. Tuko sawa. Thank you so much. So then now we are in Roman 4. And that is not applicable to this new student alone. I'm so sure there are students here who are not aware that we have a class tomorrow. There is nothing is fair in love. And I don't know what you mean, PC. You're not a very good person. You're not a very good person. You're not a good person. So wanafunzi wote mjue kesho kuna class ya 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. which I would expect you can join from home or from wherever you are. It will be a 2-hour class. 9:30 we are off. Uende kanisa, upate kipaimara, ukwe sawa. Ungoje pepa Ungoje FM Okay. But you guys will be coming, right? Mtafanyia home. Are you sure? Tukujeni hapa, isn't it? Tukujeni hapa. Na msikose sababu nitakuwa peke yangu. Sasa mkikosa, screen ikikatana atanisaidia. Sitakuwa international disaster. So explain the statistical meaning of the standard error of estimate, right? Standard error of estimate, and what else there? R squared and F statistics ratio. So we know them, but how do we explain them? We know them, but the question is, how do we get to explain them? Let me give you a minute. Standard error, of course, this is an error. Difference between an estimate and what is somebody? Actual. Whenever we talk of standard error, always think about what year. We have our estimated figure. We are estimating to get 10, but we actually get, for example, 12. The difference between the estimate and the actual is what we call standard error. So then that error, is it good for it to be very, very big? No. Itakuwa sawa ikiwa kidogo. But again, I know most students will just answer that question theoretically. A good student should be able to pick the value given there. A good student will be able to pick the value given there. Standard error of estimate, are you able to see a figure there? It's given down there. Whatever standard error of coefficient, we have standard error of estimate, which is 0.2 what here, somebody? Are you able to see standard error? Niko peke yangu lakini I will overcome. I will overcome. Are you able to see the standard error? Sorry. Standard error. Standard error of estimate for the whole equation. We normally abbreviate it as SE. For the coefficient, we normally call it SB. Ukiona SB, unajua ni standard error of the coefficient. But ukiona SE, hiyo ni standard error of what here? Estimate for the whole equation. Which in this case here is 0. What here, somebody? 0.45, 459048, isn't it? Yeah. So once I write like that, it means that I'm making reference to the question. The examiner wants you to be referring to the question as you give an answer. Usikasema unaweza describe it theoretically. No. So tell us there that SE measures the average deviation. SE measures SE measures the average deviation. The average deviation of actual values from the regression line. From regression line. Into brackets here, estimates. Into brackets, estimates like that. Full stop. It shows how accurate the model predictions are. It shows how accurate model predictions are. Predictions are. Full stop there. So tell us there the rule, very important rule. Smaller SE equals what here? A better fit. Equals better fit. Better fit means what here? Higher accuracy. Higher accuracy. So ours is 0.4590. It's quite tiny. But you see, they haven't given us any comparison, They haven't given us any comparison. So the most important thing for us to appreciate is that our average deviation of our actual values from the estimate is 0.2 what here, somebody? 59048. Once you answer like that, they'll be able to get all the marks there. That's number one. You know, they have told us to interpret three things. The first one was standard error. The second one is what here? R squared. That one you should do alone, Zipporah. Now you are an expert. Since morning you've been speaking about this thing. Since morning. R squared. Not unless you have now a problem, then R squared. So R squared. R squared. So you can write in capital letters like this, and then you do what here, somebody you underline? You underline. You get to underline R squared. R squared. What has your neighbor told you about this R squared? Coefficient of determination. At least the brother has known the full meaning of this. This is coefficient of what? Najua kuna neighbor hajafikiria hivyo, mimi najua. Na hatuwezi kublame. Mambo ndio mengi. Ukiona PC anasema kwamba love is war. Hiyo ni hatari sana. Coefficient of determination. And normally it measures what we call explained what? Yes, it is. It is explained variance. Explained variance what? Yes, somebody. Proportion. They have not asked us how to calculate it, but if we are in a position of remembering the formula, then that will demonstrate broad and deep understanding of the subject, which I'm so sure you have forgotten the formula of getting R squared. Mbona mnasikia vitabu ikitembea? Mnyi mnasikia vitabu ikitembea mahali? Ah, sio nyinyi, iko mahali mimi nimesikia. So it is what here somebody explained variance in terms of what here somebody SS. Explained variance in terms of SS. SS is sum of squares. All over what here somebody? All over total variance. Total variance. Again, this will be in terms of who? SS. Are you able to give me the general rule? Rule? Yeah, rule. The general rule here is that higher R squared equals what here, somebody? Better explanatory power. Better explanatory power. Better explanatory what here, somebody? Power. So in our case, are you able to see? Because you can't just give a theoretical background like this and then we expect to pass. We'd want to see you connecting whatever you're discussing here with what we have in the question. So like in this question, for sure they have given us R squared. For sure they have given us R squared. For sure they have given us R squared. In the question, wamesema R squared equals what here, somebody? 85.94%. So, mimi najua nyinyi waerevu na mliwahi pata marks kama hii kwa primary ama high school Kwanza kwa high school, chemistry. Ukipata 85.94 mwalimu anakuandikia nini? Very good kweli. Okay, sawa. I believe it's excellent, isn't it? Depending on which subject, isn't it? So this is what here? Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, prediction power. Prediction capabilities. Capabilities. Yeah, if you get a model with 85%, anything more than 75% is really good. Very, very good. So kama ni CASNEB unaambiwa CASNEB ukipata utapata award Yeah. So this is excellent prediction power. But now what does it mean generally? It's about explanations. It means that whatever variables we have in this question are able to account for 85.94% changes of the response, whatever variable. Let's write down this to understand it even better. About interpretation, about 85.94%. 85.94% of the variation. Of the variation in installation time. In installation time is explained by the two factors. Is explained by the two factors. Do you remember that we had two factors really? Yeah, we had two factors, X1 and X2. So X1 and X2 are able to explain 85.94% of the variations in the response variable, which is the installation what year? Installation time. So I give you a minute to finish writing. Number of months, yes. And the type, yes. So basically, the two factors in this case here are what here? Number of months and the type of maintenance, isn't it? The type of maintenance. So those two are able to account for 85.94. Meaning that there must be other factors out there that are able to account for variations in. But you see, whatever factors that are out there, they'll only be able to account for what here? 14%. 14%, yeah, because you know we're looking at 100%, the complement. Yeah. So once you finish writing, then I'll be able to continue there. Have you finished? All right. So tell us there that the remaining 14.06%, the remaining 14.06% is due to other factors. The remaining 14.06% is due to other factors not included in the model. The remaining 14.06% is due to other factors not included in the model. Not included in the model. Is that okay? Thank you very much. F statistic. F statistic, the third one. The F statistic given there is 21 point what here, somebody? 36. Isn't it? F statistic given is 21.36. So are you able to interpret that by yourselves? Mimi nakwambia hapa nitampatia kizungu. Nitatumia kama conjunctions. Conjunctions unatumia unamwambia nevertheless, however, moreover. Tamdanganya, nitapata marks mingi sana. Don't tell me that you've got nothing to tell this examiner regarding the F ratio, the F statistic. Even if it is just the formula, 𝐬𝐤𝐬𝐬. Mimi nakwambia, naweza mwambia hata the higher the better. Because it's only errors when they are lower, the better. Every other thing, the higher the higher the better. Because what you don't like in AMA is where a student returns a blank paper. And many do return, many. Wala wajaingia class, and I return a whole booklet. The only thing ameandika kwa nyuma ni kwamba God bless the work of my hand. God bless. Namba ya simu, Niko mwingine nilipata miaka 3,000. Yeah, alafu anasema hapo nimeanguka paper mara mingi sana. So as an examiner, what do? Or you pocket the money and then you mark fairly, right? Or you do something. You don't want to go to heaven. Our heaven is on earth. Yeah, therefore, whereas, nevertheless, very good. Very good. Heaven for helping someone in need. So then remember, this F ratio, I'll be able to say so much. The F statistic, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be able to say quite a lot. First of all, is there somebody who remembers that F statistic is an adequacy? This is an adequacy ratio. It will help us to measure whether the whole model is adequate for prediction purposes. So it helps us as statisticians get to measure. It helps us as statisticians get to measure whether the whole model is significant. Whether the whole model is significant for prediction purposes. Whether the whole model is significant for prediction purposes. And then how do we get it? Please write down the formula for us. That will be demonstration of deep understanding of the subject. F ratio equals what here, somebody? Explained MSS. Yes. Explained hii sasa zimeshika Tangu asubuhi hii zimeshika. Hizi lessons za asubuhi ni za maana. Ndio maana sitaki kesho ukosa darasa ya 7:30. 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, explained MSS over what here, somebody? Unexplained MSS. And then remember, a higher F value, the rule is that a higher F value, a higher F value suggests the model is statistically significant. Suggests the model is statistically significant. Is statistically significant. is statistically, this is statistically what here? Significant. A higher F value suggests that the model is statistically significant. So now give us a point there, and this is something that the examiner forgot. Typically, compared with a critical value, what we call F tables value. So typically compared with a critical value, just value, F tables value, yeah. F ratio calculated. F ratio calculated shall be higher for the model to be what here? To be adequate. For the model to be adequate. So typically, compared with the critical value, F tables value, the F ratio we have calculated here shall be higher for the model to be what here? Somebody to be adequate. What is our F value? Our F value, ladies and gentlemen, is 20 point. 21 point what here? Somebody. So of course the examiner never gave us the F tables value. But in most cases, whenever they're given, it's normally 3 point something, isn't it? 3 point something. So just without mentioning the F tables value, tell us there that this figure is high. This figure is high. This figure is high. This figure is high. Stroke what here? Somebody. Significant. And therefore, the model is adequate. Therefore, the model is what here? Somebody. The model is adequate. And therefore, the model is adequate. Is that okay? The model is adequate. And therefore, the model is adequate. Very good. So I suppose in this case here, you guys have been able to get a few concepts here, which then you can apply. You don't have to get like all my wordings, there they are. It's about general knowledge. And then don't forget the concept of what your conjunctions. Nevertheless, however, moreover, great. Furthermore, isn't it? Utajua mambo ya kuandika. Kwanza kitu ya higher the better, higher the significant. You cannot go wrong. You can't go wrong. And then with your permission, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be able to go to the last one. Using economic plausibility tests, is the regression model significant as a predictor variable, as a predictor model? Now, they don't want you to use F, they don't want you to use R, they want you to use plausibility tests. Unaweza ama huwezi? Unaweza ama huwezi? Plausibility tests. Hapa remember, the equations could either be making sense. They could either be making sense. If they're making sense, we call them what here? Somebody plausible. Or in this case here now, nonsense. Nonsense. So nonsense will be called what here? Somebody? Spurious. Spurious. So in terms of plausibility tests, we could either have our equations being plausible or what here? Somebody? Spurious. And I've given you so many examples in this area. So if, for example, you get this kind of an equation, sales is a function of advertisement. Yeah. And then, of course, you are given a positive equation. So what do you know about advertising? The more you advertise, the more the sales, the higher the sales. So it means that this one is making sense, isn't it? Yeah. How about this? How about this? Very, very important. Very, very important. Size of the head as a function of being rich. I've seen people with big heads being what you're poor. I've seen people with very small heads being rich. So this one here automatically is what here is nonsense. We call it what here spurious. We call it spurious. Nonsense. Nonsense. We call it spurious, like that. We call it spurious. Spurious. So kuna relationships ambazo ni spurious, And I'm so sure if I gave you a chance, you guys could easily, that big nose, better health. Very good. Yeah, this spurious, isn't it? Spurious, yes. Spurious, yes. This spurious. I mean, not tukiangalia kwa generally kwa society, kuna so many spurious beliefs. Things that don't make what you make sense. So like where I come from, wanasema kama hujaoa mwalimu wa primary school, wewe sio successful. Sasa ukioa mwalimu wa primary school, utakuwa successful wapi? Wanapata pesa ngapi? Wanapata pesa ngapi? Hiyo si ni nonsense. Hiyo si ni bahati nasibu, isn't it? Unaweza pata mwalimu wa primary usucceed, ama upate mwalimu wa primary upotee. So hapa hakuna any connection. Hakuna any friction between the two. You see, whenever we have friction, we expect what we call causation. When one variable changes, automatically changes the other one. Now, please listen. I've seen this in your exam. I've seen this in your exam. Your examiner is very bright. You will see. Your examiner will come and tell you that sales equals 10 minus 2 advertising cost. And because he knows that Dr. Aura has told you that sales and advertising cost, they make sense. So he goes ahead and gives you that kind of an equation and then tells you use plausibility. Plausibility means relationship, logical relationships. So the way this equation is written, will this be plausible or spurious? Why not? It's negative, isn't it? Because even if sales and advertising are related, they're supposed to be related what here positively. But now here we are showing a negative relationship. So when it is negative like this, what does it mean? So this is the gradient. That if you advertise more, your sales reduce. So then this automatically kills the plausibility. This again will be nonsense. But now in an exam, you don't write the word nonsense. Ukiandikia exam hata kuandikia back nonsense. Na kuchorea emoji inakaa hivi. Unaona? Sema nonsense hata wewe. Yaani kupatie zero. So don't use nonsense, use the word spurious. So let's get now back to our question. Our question, do we know our variables? Do we know our variables? Let's see whether we know our variables. Na time imeenda haraka leo, oye. Time imeenda haraka. Our variables ilikuwa inakaa namna gani? Installation what? Installation time equals, you had already given me the equation, you remember? What was A? Oh yeah. 0.9305 plus 0.3875 762, Yeah. And then X1 was what here, somebody? What was the variable? X1 was, what is the name of X1? Variable X1 is time, X1 is time, isn't it? And then plus 1.2, 1.26. Another 26, 82. X2 and X2 was what here? The type. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm seeing that time and the type of maintenance will have an effect on installation time. Is it installation or maintenance time? I don't know. Installation time and what here, somebody? Time. Okay. So are they related? Of course, time, they are talking about time from the last maintenance. So of course, if we took a lot of time from when we maintained last, we expect in this case here many issues because depreciation will be quite a lot. So when we go to install this old 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 jalopy thing, we expect in this case here the installation time to really be high. The same case with the type. Type means what here? The complications, all right? The type of installation you are doing. If you are doing analog, the old model, of course, we expect what here? Time to be kidogo. But if it's a digital one, we expect in this case here to consume more time while installing a digital device. Ama kuinstall digital device. Look at the screen that we installed outside here. This screen. Ilichukua more than 2 months. Ni digital screen. Ingekuwa ni kitu ya kubandika tu kama hizi nabandikangwa hivi, zinabandika na siku moja. Hiyo analog unabandika unasahau. Lakini unasikia sio kuna kitu gani from India lazima ikuje namna hiyo. So much, a lot of but of course once you install it, then it's very very what here easy to look at even this screen. They installed the other day, lakini bado hatujamaliza bado. Na ni digital, ama sio digital? It digital, isn't it? Digital, yes. So tell us there, in this case here, time, that is months. So this is positive sign. Positive sign. Are you able to see the positive sign there? It's positive sign. Positive sign. So in this case here, what you are explaining there is that more months since last maintenance. More months since last maintenance. Since last maintenance increases installation time. Increases installation time. So the thing is, it means automatically that this is what you're logical or what you're somebody plausible. Logical or plausible. Logical or plausible. Because if we are installing this kind of a machine that we have outside here, kama maintenance last time tulifanya kitambo sana. Tukishukisha, tuweza kufanya repairs. Of course, there was so much to repair now because maintenance was done long time ago. By the time that we install, it took a lot of time, as opposed to something that was in this case here maintained just like 1 month ago, as opposed to one that was done 2 years ago. Ila ambao ulifanya kitambo, hata dust imejaa ndani, coming to reinstall it takes a lot of time. So this is plausible. This one is plausible because it's showing what a positive between the months and what we call installation what year time. And then now right there, number 2, the type. So the type. So this type, what we expect it to be positive. Likely positive. Likely what here? Positive. Meaning what here? That different maintenance types. Different maintenance types. Different maintenance types into brackets, e.g. digital versus analog. Affect time. Affect installation time positively. And you can see for sure that the gradient is positive. So meaning that this is logical, implying what here somebody plausible. Again, if you're oscillating between different types of maintenance, they want to maintain Peugeot, next to maintain, in this case here, Toyota, next you're working on a Mazda, automatically the more you keep on, we call it learning curve. Learning curve, we expect, ladies and gentlemen, to be dealing with a uniform stuff for us to have installation time reducing. But if you'll be moving from one type, this is a different type to a different type, then automatically learn installation time will be there. So umeshika ile umekamata, that is enough. For now, please allow mwalimu to mention their learning curves. Time imekimbia sana, we shall overcome. Learning curves. Now, I don't want to tell you what learning curves are because I expect you to watch the video that I did in the morning. Learning, I don't want to tell you what they are. But I would want in this case here to test you. Is there somebody who remembers the formula of getting boy? First of all, what is B? What is B? International disaster. Learning index. Learning index. It's called learning what here? Index. So ukienda kwa exam, upata amekwambia learning index. Usikasema mwalimu atakupewa B. Mimi nitakwambia ni error, lakini najua umenyoroshwa. And to get this B, there is a formula. We know that to get B, it's log R over log what? Log 2. And then R stands for learning rate, isn't it? This stands for learning rate. Sasa nisikize. Mimi napenda kuota sana. Na sasa nimeenda mbio sana, sorry. Kwanza maliza kuandika ndio tuendelee. Tuko sawa? Alright. Mimi napenda kuota sasa kabla tuende past paper. Sasa wanafunzi wa AFR wataanza kuniambia sasa mwalimu tunafaa kuenda AFR tupatie break. If I were you, I would even talk to the AFR teacher adelay kidogo. Tusome AMA because AMA is more serious than AFR. Yeah. You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. Because kwa AFR, kwanza ukishajua mambo na sustainability, how you report your financial performance sustainably. So nakumbuka 3 P's. The triple P, bottom line. You report on your profits, you report on your people, and then you report on planet. Through what we call integrated reporting, isn't it? So people unasema watu wako unapatia mshahara vizuri. Ama wewe ni mtu akutesa supplier analeta vitu unamlipa after 90 days. Then that will be said that you're not good to your people. You're not good to your planet, your environment, it is. So ukishajua hiyo, ujue mambo ya contemporary issues, like for example, financial reporting of bitcoins. Companies ambazo ziko na bitcoins, tutazifanyia financial reporting namna gani? Kama la semester walituletea hyperinflationary, isn't it? Kama Zimbabwe ni hyperinflationary. Ingawa siku hizi imepoa kidogo. Kuna time ilikuwa imefika Zimbabwe hata walikuwa wanasema notes zao ati note imetolewa note wanasema ati kwa shillings millions. Hata ukipata note imeandikwa 1000, it is in shillings yani paka zile zero hazitoshea kwa no. Hiyo ni hyperinflationary nipatie condition moja. How do you know this is a hyperinflationary economy? Wakianza kuepa kwa currency yao. Ukienda kama Somalia hapa, uende kama Zimbabwe, unaweza kupata mko Kenya lakini mmeanza kutumia dollars. Wewe msome hiyo vitu sana. Na siku niliongea na mleo kuhusu leadership and management, wakazipata kwa mtihani. Wakaniambia mwalimu, mbona hukutuambia ulikuwa serious? Wewe kazi yako ni kuambia kama niko serious. Mimi kazi yangu ni kupita tu, wewe ujiamulie, isn't it? So example 1. So example 1, ladies and gentlemen, if A here is 100, they have given us R as 85%. 2 things only, and then we go home. 2 things only, and then we go home. And then you are told here that the learning curve, LC stands for learning curve, isn't it? Learning curve stabilizes on the 27th unit. So then we are required here to determine the total time for producing the first 57 units. the first 57 units. Let me give you 1 minute. The first 57. We shall overcome, Robert. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So determine the total time for producing the first 57 units. Shall I show you this, or shall we start from here tomorrow? You try. But the question that I wanted you guys to try, this will be one of them. And then the other one before I come to the daughter from Zion. The question that I want you to try, and please don't fail to try this. Ukikataa kutry hii, itakuwa makosa sana. Na hili swali ambalo nilikuwa nimekufanyia kwa normal class. Although don't look at the answer. Don't look at the answer. Don't look at the answer. I want you to try, please. These last minute questions are really important. April 2023, question number 5, boy. Do you know why we have to take a break now? You can even see somebody signing me out because this account is supposed to be used for another sub. So we give this person also a few minutes of break, isn't it? We should not study as if there is no tomorrow. There's not. I'm being signed out because this same Zoom account is being used. You have been signed out because you are currently signed in on another device. So somebody is waiting. Question 5B. April 2023. Question number 5. Boy. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my wish and hope that you have enjoyed the session, that we shall be able to pass all these papers, that we shall do what here at the end of the day, overcome. PC, Chepchumba Mori, that is your assignment. You may want to get that assignment done first thing in the morning tomorrow. I wish you well. Bye. In inventory Zabu, I hope you have been able to watch the videos that we agreed, Zabu, right? The 2 videos. Have you watched them? The 2 videos. I'll just have a walk over them. Very, very good. Please continue watching 2 videos, only 2 videos. Only 2 videos. Only 2 videos of inventory management, and then I'll be able to crash it once and for all. Thank you.